Have you ever felt like your prayers are hitting a ceiling? You speak, you cry out, you whisper, but all you hear back is silence. It's in those moments that doubt can creep in, making you wonder, is anyone even listening? Does my voice even matter? Today, I want to talk about that silence, that space between your prayer and the answer, because it's not what you think it is. There's a beautiful message that says, "My child, the moment your heart whispered the prayer, I heard it." This isn't just about the prayers you say out loud. It's about the ones you can't even put into words. The ones you're too tired to speak, to hurt, to form, too broken to even express. God hears those too. The deepest cries of your heart. The ones that are just a feeling, a heavy weight, a silent tear. Those are prayers, and they are heard. You might think your voice is too small, your faith too weak. You see others with seemingly giant faith, moving mountains, and you look at your own, which feels as tiny as a mustard seed. But here's the secret. God specializes in mustard seed faith. He doesn't need you to have it all figured out. He doesn't need you to be a giant of faith. He just needs a little flicker, a tiny seed of trust, and with that he can and does move mountains. Your small prayer, offered with a sincere heart, is powerful beyond your imagination. So, why the wait? Why the silence? You've prayed, you've trusted, but the answer hasn't arrived. It's easy to feel forgotten or abandoned in that waiting period. But what if I told you that the silence is not abandonment, it's preparation? The moment you prayed, the process began. It's like planting a seed. You don't see the roots spreading underground. You don't see the complex processes happening beneath the surface. But something is happening behind the scenes. God is at work. He is aligning the right people to come into your life. He is opening doors you can't see yet and closing ones that would lead you astray. He is shifting circumstances, preparing the path for your breakthrough. Think of it like a master craftsman building something beautiful. It takes time, precision, and care. He's not ignoring you. He's working on your behalf in ways you can't even comprehend right now. Remember the story of Joseph? He had a dream from God, a promise of greatness. But what followed? He was sold into slavery by his own brothers, falsely accused, and thrown into prison. For years, it must have felt like God had completely forgotten him. The silence must have been deafening. Where was the promise? Where was God? But in that long, painful waiting period, God was preparing him. He was learning humility, administration in Potiphar's house, and leadership even in the dungeon. Every single step, even the painful ones, was part of the preparation. When the moment was right, God elevated him to second in command of all Egypt, perfectly positioned to save his family and an entire nation. The waiting wasn't a denial. It was a necessary part of the process. Your story is no different. The job you didn't get might be God protecting you from a toxic environment and preparing a better opportunity. The relationship that ended might be God making space for someone who will truly cherish and support you. The delay in your healing might be a time where your character is being forged. Your empathy is growing, and your reliance on God is deepening. He sees the bigger picture, the entire tapestry, while we only see the tangled threads on the back. So, how do we navigate this waiting period without losing heart? First, we have to change our perspective on the silence. Instead of seeing it as absence, see it as active preparation. When you feel discouraged, remind yourself, the process has begun. God is working. It is a shift from focusing on the lack of an answer to focusing on the faithfulness of the one who promised. Second, stay in a posture of gratitude. Thank God for what he is doing, even when you can't see it. Thank him for his faithfulness in the past. Remembering how he has come through for you before builds your faith for the future. Gratitude shifts your focus from what you're waiting for to what you already have. It opens your heart and makes the wait more joyful and less of a burden. Third, keep speaking. Don't let the silence you. Keep praying, keep sharing your heart with God. It's okay to be honest. Tell him you're tired of waiting. Tell him you're scared. He can handle your doubts and your frustrations. Consistent communication keeps the relationship strong, even when you're waiting for a specific answer. Your prayers during the waiting period are watering the seed you planted. And finally, look for the little signs of His work. God often gives us little reassurances along the way, little winks to let us know He's still there. It might be a word of encouragement from a friend, a Bible verse that seems to jump off the page, or a moment of unexpected peace. These are not coincidences. They are love notes from a Father who wants you to know you are not forgotten. He is with you on the waiting. So, if you are in that space between the prayer and the answer, do not lose heart. Don't give up. The silence is not a no. It is not neglect. It is a sacred space of preparation, alignment, and formation. God heard you the very first time. He is working, moving, and arranging things for your good. The answer is on its way, and it will arrive at the perfect moment. Trust the process. Trust the timing. And most of all, trust the heart of the Father, who loves you more than you can possibly know. Your breakthrough is being prepared. Hold on. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. If this message resonated with you, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel for more content like this. Your support means the world and helps us reach more people who need to hear a message of hope. Until next time, take care and don't lose heart.